Okay, last one, I promise. So the last thing that's left is your conclusion paragraph. And I know that this is difficult and it's hard to figure out sometimes what you want to do for this. And so your fallback is to just repeat everything you already said. But I highly, highly encourage you not to do that. The very worst thing you can do is just repeat your thesis statement because it completely shows a lack of thought whatsoever. So you want to come up with something new to kind of let your audience know that you are a critical thinker and not just a repeater of information. So this is the stuff that I gave you before this year. I know that sometimes that this is impossible, but there are times when a metaphor just kind of comes to you and you go with it. Okay. So again, you want to think about what are the two-ish ideas here that we need to talk about. The disobedience prompt is easy. The topic's disobedience, right? So we always think about like these abstract nouns, these abstract words. Is this really about freedom, or is this about truth or power, or what is this prompt truly about? What is this human ideal, this human experience that we can turn into this abstract word? And then, of course, can you form a metaphor from that? And then can you make it sort of universally applicable? Ugh, can't talk, sorry. Universally applicable in some way. Another way to think about this is if we can't do this, can we do a call to action? Can we do a so what moment? I mean, why does it matter? That's the so what moment. Why is this so important? Why does this matter? Okay, so I pulled for you the two conclusions that go with the prompt from above. There's the one that he calls more the traditional prompt. This is Tim Freitas of the Garden of English. So if you remember watching a couple of his videos, so he talks about, if you notice, his idea that he pulled was true freedom to talk about warning messages. So freedom, right? Freedom and ignorance, really. If you look down here at his style one, this is ignorance. So the only difference in these two conclusions is that in his style one, he's using the metaphors. But in the traditional one, which is still very good, he's basically looking at the so what. Okay, so I want you to read through those. And then when you're feeling ready, this is your last thing for today, it's time for your conclusion. Give yourself 5 minutes, which is even very generous because you know you're going to be frantically writing at the end. So 5 minutes is very generous. You could even think about just going back and rereading the paragraph that you just wrote and then let it rip, right? 2, 3 sentences, 4 maybe if you're giving yourself a lot of extra time here. What is the big idea here, or the big ideas that I'm talking about? Why is this important? Can I create a metaphor, and how can I make this universal? How can I make this something that matters? When you're finished, turn this in and you're all set for the day. Good job.